Hi guys, welcome to today's video tutorial. I haven't done one of these in a really long time and I apologize. There has just been so much going on in my life that I haven't had a chance or the time to get around to making a video tutorial, but I got something in store for you guys today. It's almost Halloween, can't believe it. So I wanted to go ahead and do a really fun tutorial so that you guys can also learn how to make this hair clip as well. This is going to be a video tutorial on how to make a witch hat bow, and I'll include a picture of one. So how cute was that hat, you guys? It's so adorable, and they're so easy to make that I just cannot pass up the opportunity to share it with you guys. Excuse me. So if any of you out there have your ribbon and you have your own little boutique and this is just something that you have not made yet, this will be really fun and also wonderful for your boutique and customers as well. So the material that you're going to need to start off by making this witch hat bow is you're going to need a ruler or something like this, a tape measure. I like to use a tape measure. You're also going to need a pair of scissors, really good cutting ones, to cut your ribbon with. You're also going to need a lighter to heat seal the ends of your ribbon so they don't fray. You're going to need a needle with thread or embroidery floss attached to the end with a double knot at the end of it here. Yes, there is a little bit of stitching required, but not anything significant. So no worries there, you guys. Don't sweat, I promise. You can use embroidery floss. I like to use this type of thread just because it's a little bit cheaper and you get more for your money. Now, the kind of thread that I like to use whenever I make my bows is the Coats & Clark. I get mine at Hobby Lobby. You can also purchase it at any other local craft stores, but you can also get this at Walmart as well. I get, and it's covered up by my sticker here, but it's called the Dual, and it's a lot thicker floss, or not floss, I'm sorry, thread, than the regular thread, because the other thread is very, very thin and it breaks really easily. This stuff is a lot thicker. So that's what we're working with today, is the Dual white thread. Keep wanting to say floss. You're also going to need your hot glue gun. And the ribbon that you're going to need today for this tutorial is you're going to be working with 7/8 inch, 3/8 inch, and 1.5 inch ribbon. And I'm going to tell you guys what each of these ribbons measure. So for your spikes at the bottom of the witch hat bow, you're going to need 2 of one color, and you can do any color mix matches you want. It doesn't really matter. It's for your own preference really, but this is what I chose to work with today. You're going to need 2 7/8 inch wide grosgrain ribbon. Mine's orange and polka dot here. These are going to need to be about 4 inches long. And then get another 2 7/8 inch grosgrain ribbon. You can do anything you want. I chose to go with purple and white polka dot. 4 inches as well on that. Then on the 3/8 inch ribbon, you're going to need 4 inches as well. You can do 2 one color and another 2 a different color. And this here is just strictly, okay, you're also going to need your 1.5 inch ribbon. We're using black grosgrain. This is going to be for the witch hat, these two. Your bottom one is going to be measuring 2 inches. This is what we're going to use for the bottom of the hat when we cut out the circle. And then your top one is going to be measuring about a good, let me see how much I cut mine out. About a good 4 inches. So 4 inches, 2 inches. And then you're going to need a piece to put around the bottom of the hat and to make a bow with as well. And I didn't get my ribbon out for the bow, so let me get that real quick for you guys. Okay, so you're going to need one for the bow, and they could be the same size. Mine's a little off, but that's okay. You're going to need one color, 2 pieces, about 4 inches long. And then you're going to need another 3/8 inch ribbon. This is going to be used to line your alligator clip with, and I chose to work with this pretty lime green. You're going to need your single prong alligator clip. You can use these if you want, it's totally optional. This is just a gripper that I like to place on the inside of my hair clips. It helps prevent the little clips from slipping or falling, sliding out of the little girl's hair, and then possibly losing her pretty little bow. So I like to put those on my hair clips. And then you're also going to need a teeny tiny little rhinestone. Now you can choose any color you want. You can get black ones also, or orange ones if you have them available at your craft store. I'm working with a clear rhinestone. Okay, so to get started, we are going to cut our ribbon. I've already pre-cut some of mine. Basically, you're just going to cut them at an angle on the ends. And then you're going to take your lighter and heat seal it so that it doesn't fray. And since I've already done mine, I'm going to show you guys how to do it on this last piece here. So we're going to take our scissors, and on the end, down here at the bottom, we're going to just cut at an angle going up, just like this. You can see there. And then turn it over and cut the same way, from the bottom up. And you're going to do that on all your pieces for the spikes. You should have a total of 8 pieces. Let's see. So I'm going to heat seal these ends. Just lightly run your lighter across the end. The fire don't even have to touch the ribbon. So there we have a cut spike. So once we've done that, we'll go ahead and gather our spikes together and get them layered out and stitch them. You can work it with any pattern that you want, however you want to lay these down, but I chose to do purple, green, black, and then orange. So what we're going to do to make spikes is we're going to make an X with our first 2 colors. I'm going to do the purple. So an X that's about like that. And then we're going to work with our green, which is the 3/8. And what we're going to do is go from one corner to the other. We're just going to line the corners up. You see there? That's all we're doing. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side with our other piece of green, Grow Green ribbon. So we're just going to make another X, crisscrossing over the center. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Really, like I said, it's just preference. Sometimes I, even myself, will admit, I am a perfectionist. And then we're going to go with the black and just go over the green from corner to corner. And you can see we're making an X, and the X just gets kind of wider and then wider. And our last is going to be our orange. So we're going to lay one orange across the center, like this. And then our last one, we're going to lay it up and down, just like this. And at this point, once you get all your spikes lined up, you can adjust them however you want. Mine are pretty good. I like how mine are set. So once we do that, you're going to take your needle with your embroidery floss or your thread on the end with your, don't forget your double knot, you need that there. You're going to push down in the center and gather up your pieces. Be careful because you don't want to rearrange them. And we are going to hold it like this in the center and start from the bottom. Just make a stitch. We're going to go straight through the bottom right here and go all the way through. Just like that. So we're going to pull this until the knot hits, as it did there. And we're just going to make a few stitches to ensure that our spikes stay where they're at. And kind of, if you want, you know, work your way all around. You just kind of go up and down, or up and through your spikes. And I like to kind of go in a circle because this will ensure that I get every corner of my spikes. So you see, so far I've made 3 stitches. And your stitches do not have to be perfect, believe me. You're actually going to be placing the hat right here in the center over the stitching, so it's not going to be noticeable. And I don't know, you can do how many ever stitches you want, just whatever makes you feel comfortable. I think I've done 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be my 5th one. I think 5 is pretty good. Then once you get your last stitch in, turn it over to the bottom. Make sure whenever you finish your last stitch, your thread has gone through the bottom. And we are just going to tie this off. So basically what you could do to tie it off is you can go under one of your stitches, like I did here. And then just go in through these and pull down, and it'll make a little knot there. You can do 2 or 3 of those. Okay, so once you've done that, take your scissors and just cut off the excess thread. Then you can toss your needle and thread to the side. You are done with that. And you have your pretty little spikes. So you can set those to the side. Now we're going to start working on our hat. So we're going to cut out the base of our hat, which is going to be the circle, the bottom part of it. All you're going to do at this point is just cut out a circle. You can lay something over your ribbon and trace it. It's totally up to you. I just kind of guess. So we're just going to go in a circle. And you want your circle to be at least a good, I would say about 2 inches wide. Okay, so once we've cut out a circle, we're going to take our lighter and we're going to heat seal all around these edges so that it doesn't fray. So just go around. And you can fill the ends to make sure it's heat sealed. So now we have our circle for the hat. And this is going to be placed right here in the center. And then we're going to make our cone now. So go ahead and set that piece to the side as well. Get your other black piece of ribbon. This is the one that we've cut out to be about 4 inches. What we're going to do is take your ribbon and just fold it in half. Kind of make a crease so that you can see where the center is. And then open it up and start with the right side, top corner, just pull it down. Doesn't have to be perfect. Kind of like at an angle where it's like this. It's not going to line up with the centerpiece, but that's what we're working with. So what we're going to do at this point is we're just going to fold it over like this. Very loosely. You don't have to get it real tight because this is going to be the shape of a cone, so we don't want it flat. And then you can keep turning. And then once you've done that, grab right here where you can see your ribbon. Hold that with your thumb. And at this point, you can take your thumb and you can kind of push up and angle your cone the way you like it. So once you get your cone how you like it, as you can see here, we're going to cut off all of our excess. But before we do that, what we want to do so that our cone doesn't fall apart is we're going to take some of our hot glue and we're going to put it on the inside here, and then we're going to pull this up and hold it for a second. So very carefully, do not lose shape of your cone. We're going to place some glue just right here. So once we've done that, just bring your ribbon around and kind of hold it in place. You can take your thumb and push on the inside. Be careful though, because it's really hot. Okay, so once we have done that, you can now let go and your cone has kept its shape. So we're going to take our scissors and cut all this excess off. So we're going to cut down like this. Make sure whenever you cut down, you leave a little bit here. If you can see, the lighting looks really terrible, especially when you're using dark ribbon. See how there's a little bit here? Make sure you leave a little bit because you're going to heat seal that and just bring that back over. And now on the bottom, we're going to cut straight across like this. So we're going to toss our extras there. We're going to heat seal this end here and put some more hot glue there so that we can bring the rest of that part of the hat over. Don't use a lot of glue though. You don't want to get it all messy with glue. Okay, so once we have done that part, you can fix the bottom. Like here I've got like kind of a piece that's kind of at an angle, so I want to cut that where it's completely rounded. So I'm just going to kind of cut the bottom here. Take my lighter and then heat seal the bottom of this. And you want to make sure you can take your cone if you want your hat, and you can sit it down. Make sure it's completely straight and even. It's not like leaning or anything, so that you know that you got all your edges even. And if there's some that aren't, you're more than welcome to go back and cut at this point to fix any little uneven edges. Okay, so here is the top of our hat. Pretty cute, huh? So basically what this is going to do is go on top of here, like that. So once we finish with our hat, we are now going to go ahead and line our alligator clip. Just take your piece that you want to use, doesn't matter whatever color, as long as it's 4 inches. Go ahead and heat seal those ends of the ribbon. At the end, about 1 inch, line up some glue, just a little bit. Take your alligator clip, open it up, and place the glue that's attached to the ribbon that you just put on there, where it's glued to the top of the alligator clip, like here. And then we're going to place a line of glue across the top of our alligator clip. Bring your ribbon up and over. Make sure you got it even, your sides are even. And then on the back, place a dot of glue just right here. And then just bring your ribbon back over. Okay, so once we have done that, we can now place our no-slip grip on the inside. And guys, if you have any stringy glue pieces, believe it or not, a blow dryer will melt those little pieces away. Or you can take your lighter and just kind of go like this. So open your clip up, place some glue on the inside where your clip is lined, right there. Take your gripper and place that on top. Be sure not to let your alligator clip clamp down until that's completely dry, or you're going to glue your alligator clip shut. Okay, so now we have a lined alligator clip. We'll place that to the side, and we are going to make our bow for the witch hat. So you're going to need some of your thread. I promise there's no stitching here. You don't need a lot, just a little. About this much. Really not that much. So I'm going to show you guys two different ways that you can make a bow for your witch hat. Little mini bow embellishments. You can actually, there's two different ways. You can make your bow where you just make like a breast cancer awareness bow, like this. You just cross it over like that. And then you can place a dot of glue right back here where it crosses, a dot of glue underneath, and then a dot of glue on top. The dot of glue that you place on top, you're going to take this piece and hold it down, and then whenever it dries and you turn it over, you've got your bow. Or, this is my preferred method. You take your piece of ribbon, cross it like we did the first time in the other way I showed you, like a breast cancer awareness bow. Bring that piece down and hold it. Take your alligator clip and pinch right down the middle, but make sure that when you do this, you've got a little slit here in the alligator clip and one down here at the bottom, as you can see there, because that we're going to slide our thread up through these. So turn it over and take your thread and start at one end and go up. Or actually, I guess we'll go this way. Start from the top and go up so that our knot will be on the back of the bow and not noticeable. And then we're going to take our other piece and put it through here, like that. And lay that down and go ahead and make your first knot like you're tying a shoe. Pull it tight. And then we're going to make another knot. And you can do this 2 or 3 times. And then just slide that off. Cut off the excess string. Turn your bow over to the front. You can fluff it out, whatever you want to do. We're going to heat seal these ends. That one, I got one that's a little bit longer than the other. Okay, so once we've done that, we're going to place our rhinestone in the center. So there's your bow. Super cute, very easy. So we're going to place our rhinestone in the center. Just place a dot of glue right there. Not a lot because the rhinestone is super tiny. And hold it there for a second until it holds. And then we've got our bow finished. So now we're going to make our witch hat. Take your cone and place some glue around the bottom edges. And once you've done that, you're going to take your round piece and place this directly on top. Make sure you get it as centered as you can. And just kind of push down on the edges of the bottom. You can feel where the outside of the cone is. And we are now finished, almost. Let me get some more glue over here. Okay. So once you've got the cone on top of your circle piece, you have almost completed your bow. Alright, so we are going to take our other orange piece of grosgrain ribbon, same color as what we used for our bow that we just made, and just place some glue. You can either place it on the cone of the hat, or you can place it on the back of this around the center. Make sure you start on the back first where the cone is crossed, because you don't want that to be in the front. We're going to make this the back of the bow. So if you want to, you can go ahead and place you some glue there. Take your piece, lay it across the bottom. And then we're going to just bring it around the front like this. Just like that. So we're going to finish gluing around the edge of this so we can get our ribbon down. So I'm just going to place the glue on the ribbon. So we're going to start on one side first. Just bring it around. And then we're going to do the same for the other side. And the reason why we're not bringing it all the way around is because this is where our our bow is going to go, here in the center. So what we're going to do is cut off this excess ribbon. So just like this. And then do the same for the other side. And if you can, go ahead and heat seal those ends. And then place a dot of glue there in the center. And take your bow that you made, and we're going to place it right here. And also, because if you look on the side, you can see where your ribbon was kind of cut. I like to make sure my ribbon or my bow has covered that part. So take some of your glue and place it on the back side here. And just kind of press your bow down until it's adhered to the hat there. Do the same with the other side. the top part of our hat, or our bow, I should say, is completed. So now you have a cute little witch hat. Okay, so what we're going to do is place a dot of glue right here on top. This is where we're going to put our witch hat. Take your hat, and you can place it anywhere you want on your bow here. I don't know, let's see. I'm going to do mine right here. You can push down on the bottom here. If you want, you can actually take some felt, maybe a color that matches this bottom ribbon, this purple here, and you can cut out a round piece about the size of a quarter and place it over the center here before you place your alligator clip. But either way, the alligator clip is going to cover it. Totally up to you, whatever you decide to do. Okay, so once we have done that, you can see how cute our bow has turned out. Now what you want to do is take your alligator clip and put some glue on top here. And we're going to place this on the bottom of our bow. So turn your bow over and just place that directly over. And guys, we are now finished. It's a 30-minute tutorial. Oh my gosh, the longest video I've ever made. Alright guys, we have made a witch hat bow. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions or comments or would like to request more tutorials, please leave those in the comment section below or you may inbox me. Don't forget to check me out on RibbonsBowtique at Facebook. Bye guys.